Hello, everyone. My name is Felicia Nduta. I'm a student at Daystar University as well as a journalist at Capital FM. And today I'm joined by the lovely Unia. And yeah, kindly introduce yourself.
Thank you, Felicia. My name is Unia, as you've heard. I'm honored to be here just to answer some of the burning questions that you might be having. Yeah.
Okay, so the first question is, what techniques do you use to maintain energy as well as clarity during a long broadcast?
Okay, what technique? First of all, remember I've done this over the years, so I'm comfortable in my voice and my delivery. So first things first, you need to know where to pause, and you need to know whom you're talking to.
Yeah.
News is not just like any other presentation. You need to make sure that people understand you, understand each and every syllable that you put across there. Avoid swallowing your words. Just be yourself. And remember that the audience you're dealing with is well educated.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is a different kind of audience that you're dealing with. So you have to have done your prior research. You have to have gone through your bulletins, so that when you deliver, you do it like it is your last delivery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you prepare to ensure accurate delivery?
First things first, you have to go through your bulletin. Familiarize yourself with the bulletin. Familiarize yourself with the people you're talking about. If it is a cabinet secretary, for instance, just make sure you get their names right. Make sure you get their position or their docket correctly. Yeah, you don't go and say health cabinet secretary Susan Nahubicha and it's Adan Duale. Yeah, that shows clearly that either you're not on the ground or you're just reading for the sake of reading. Yeah, so it is important to go through your bulletin first and make sure that everything is as is supposed to be read.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what happens when you make a mistake on the spot? Do you say sorry to the audience or do you repeat?
It is courteous. It is courteous to just say you're sorry, or you'll pick it up again, because we are human. We make mistakes. Yeah, we are not robots.
Yeah.
And it's expected once in a while, but not all the time. You cannot go on air all the time making mistakes. So when you find that you have read the wrong thing, or maybe you can even you can feel like coughing when you're reading, and it's a natural act.
Yeah.
You cannot pretend that you're so perfect. You don't like cough or sneeze. Those things they're only human to do that. Yeah. So you just excuse yourself and continue like it never happened. We've seen on BBC, we've seen that on VOA. Yeah, so that tells you that we are only human, and sometimes such occurrences can, pop up.
What if you misspell a word? Do you also say sorry, or you just...
Yeah, if you misspell, especially foreign names.
Yeah.
You realize there are people who probably did not go through languages in school. Languages, I mean, maybe you never did French or German. And then you come across a name, that is not very familiar with you. So what do? First things first. That's why I say research is really important. Make Google your friend. Yeah, because even go to YouTube, you will realize how those names are pronounced. But if you're privileged, you did a foreign language in school, come across a French word, you just glide with it. Yeah, but I don't think it's very polite for people out there to criticize you so much because of a name. We have seen international news anchors pronouncing local names in a very, very funny way. And they are not criticized. People just laugh and, you take it like it's okay. But when locals do it, people go especially football.
Yes.
Football is a very sensitive area. You just have to pronounce those names correctly. Yeah, so... for as long as it's a foreign name, I think you can be excused a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's good to just go to YouTube and know how that name is pronounced.
Okay.
Yeah, because even if I call you Felice and you're Felicia, you've told me 1,000 times you're Felicia. I mean, there's a way you feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can you share like a personal experience where something went wrong, like on air in the moment, and how did you handle it, like in the exact moment?
Yeah. Oh, like I said earlier, things happen.
Yes.
And we're only human.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can feel like coughing. Sometimes you can feel like sneezing.
Yeah.
Or maybe you're playing a clip and it's the wrong clip that played. Yeah, it does happen sometimes. Not frequently, but it does happen. So what you do, if it's a clip, just stop it. And you can just ad-lib.
Yeah.
And say, that was a wrong clip, but it was a mix-up.
Yeah.
We are now playing you the correct clip.
Okay.
If it's coughing, we have the presenter who's on the other side. What they do, there's always a body language between...
Oh, yes.
Yes, there's always a body language between the news presenter and the other presenter, the continuity announcer on the other end. So you just... And they're supposed to be alert with you all the time.
Yes.
So when they feel or they hear your voice is straining, they're supposed to take out the mic, the fader. You can cough and then go back.
Continue. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So some critics say that modern announcers rely more on personality rather than journalistic integrity. What's your take on that?
Yeah, quite debatable.
Yeah.
Quite debatable, yes. Yes and no. Yes, because I remember years back, I've worked for Kenya Broadcasting Corporation, and now I'm in a private sector.
Yes.
And what I used to see is that you have to go through mass media for you to qualify to work for the national broadcaster. Okay. When you look at where we are today, for as long as you can speak English, for as long as you're funny, for as long as you know your music, for as long as you have a good voice, then you'll be given that opportunity. It is not wrong to give someone an opportunity, but give them that opportunity, let them shadow, and then encourage them to go back to school.
Yeah.
So that they can get the journalistic ethics.
Yeah.
There are some things that you look at someone doing and you're like, no, that's not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
For instance, when the mic is red, it means someone is on mic. You're not supposed to get inside that door.
Yes, true.
But you see, if you just got somebody and you told them, I think you have a good voice. Come join us, be part of us.
Yeah.
Yet you have not done a thorough background on their journalistic, how good they are in terms, or rather whether they went to a journalism school.
Yeah.
Then you'll be courting fire.
Yeah.
That's why you hear people saying, that's not a credible radio station.
Yeah.
Yeah. You listen to Capital FM and people are like, we love listening to news.
Yeah.
Why? Because your news is credible, well researched.
Yes.
People know what they're talking about.
Yes.
And it's a serious issue.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the difference. And actually, I agree with you. It's important for people. If you want to be a journalist, just go to school.
Sure.
Go to school and get the relevant, formation. Yeah, so that by the time you're revealed, you will see that is, she's worth it or he's worth it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any advice for young people such as myself who want to become newsreaders?
Yeah. Don't go to a newsroom and say, or a media house and say, I just want to become a newsreader.
Yeah.
That's what I've had so many people tell me. I want to be a newsreader like you.
Yeah.
You have to start from somewhere. You could be a good reporter. Then as time goes by, you realize you have another skill. You can read.
Yeah.
And that's what I always tell people. Don't say I want to sound like you. No, you can sound better than me.
True.
Yeah, you can sound better than me. But it doesn't come just in a flash. It is through practice, through respecting who you are, respecting your audience.
Yeah.
Just being inquisitive, get to know what is happening on the ground. Yeah, don't just receive a script and read. Yeah, I could give you a script to read and it's badly written. You should be able to edit it.
Yeah.
Sometimes we edit stories while we are on air.
Okay.
Yeah, we've done that so many times. Yeah, because you realize sometimes you have a breaking news that happened while you're in the studio. What do? It's a breaking news. You have to go with it. You knew nothing about it. So it is at that point, you don't panic. You compose yourself and just read it slowly, like you had known about it.
Yes.
Because if you rush through it again, you will mess up.
Yeah, you'll mess up.
So just go through it slowly. And then if you feel you need to repeat it again, if it is a heavy story, you can do it for the second time.
Okay.
So those are some of the things that we were taught to do in school. And when you get somebody from nowhere to come and read news for you and they didn't go to school, then when they see such a story, they will panic.
Yeah.
And the delivery will not be good.
So do you say that you should separate your feelings from what you're reading as well in the moment?
You have hit the nail on the head.
Okay.
Separate your feelings. It's just like a doctor.
Yeah.
When you have to operate someone.
Yeah.
Or maybe, unfortunately, someone has died while you're, treating them. You just have to detach. Because you can't start sobbing on air.
On air, yeah.
Yeah, you need to compose yourself. And then after that, you can go and lock yourself in a room and just cry your tears out.
Let it out.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's what it calls for professionalism.
All right.
It doesn't come easy. Yeah, sometimes it's really, really painful because maybe the person you're reading about is somebody you know so well.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but you have to read that story.
You have to read that story.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone. That was Unia from Capital FM, and I'm your host, Felicia Nduta.
Thank you for hosting me.
Thank you for being here.